Hello everybody, boys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, dudes, dudettes. This is Sergey Baklikov and so is Baklikov Live. The time here in Ufa, the capital of the Republic of Backwaters out of Russia, 7:05. And I'm beginning my early morning live stream from the outskirts of Ufa, from the district of Ufa, which is called Zaton. Zaton, that's what means backwaters. And this is literally the backwaters of Bela, the White River, the biggest river here in the city of Ufa. And look, here I'm in the very beginning. Yes, I'm in the very beginning of Zaton. You know, now you can see the construction there, the new residential complex. For the last years, the tempos of the developments of the new residential buildings and the whole complexes here is outstanding. But in my days, well, here was like the backwaters, my neighborhood, my districts, and there was like 7 kilometers gap. There was like nothing in terms of the residential buildings until the main parts of Ufa. And even those, Zaton, my district, well, officially was a part of Ufa. However, technically, it's like the countryside of Ufa. Well, I even remember that we used to say to each other like, "Hey, let's go to this city." We were saying, "Let's go to this city," okay? People even felt like Ufa is Ufa, but Zaton is Zaton. But now, little by little, all that gap, I think, will be filled with residential buildings. There's a new residential complex which is now under construction. Then there goes also a huge sport complex. Then there goes a huge market. It's like mostly vegetable and fruits market. Then there goes the petroleum station, and that's it. There's already Ufa, the White River, and the two bridges, the old one and the new one, and Ufa. But okay, let me show you. This is the place where I was born and raised, and for like the first 21 years I lived here. I lived here even like in the first maybe 2 years after I've got married. Let's go, let me show you around. Okay, here was like the entrance, look, and I remember the roads was hadn't even this, how to say, borders. Also, as much as I remember myself, here always was the car parts store, and here always was the fire department. Not sure what it is now, but back in the days it was so-called professional technical college. Yeah, professional technical college. There you could go right after 8 years of studying in a regular school, and there you could study for only 1 or 2 years, and to get some simple professions like maybe the car master, swaddler, and stuff like that, carpenter. Now it seems like there's something else, because now here is almost no so-called professional technical colleges, because it's like, it's not respectful to study there. Everybody trying to get to the university, study for 5 years to get a good profession. Because look, if you study here, you can get only like a simple profession. And you never can count on a big position, and of course not the administrative position in a companies. So many people, even in Soviet days, who studied in the professional technical college, then they were getting also to the university and study for 5 more years. Well, initially here was mostly such a one-story wooden buildings. It's like a private houses and some multi-flats wooden houses, which I will show you later. Now mostly those 2-story multi-flat wooden buildings, they are getting demolished, okay? The Backwaters, Zaton, the Backwaters, this district was developed mostly starting from 1950s as the settlement for the workers of a shipbuilding and ship repair company factory. Which is actually, we can see here. The store. There are some more stores. There they sell fridges. Here is a grocery store, beer store. And here is the entrance to shipbuilding, ship repair plants or factory. So this is it. Unfortunately, I can't get inside, but we can see a little bit of there. I think now this factory don't have as much of work as they used to have back in 1960s, 1970s, 1980s. Вот судоремонтно-судостроительный завод, ship repair, shipbuilding plant. Well, so it's my parents and like all my family, my grandmother, my mother and my father. They worked for the ship company, not for this factory, but for a ship company. My father was the captain of the river cruise ship, like a relatively big cruise ship. Sunshine Girl, thank you. Now the population of this district is about 30,000 residents of this district, but I think that in my childhood here was like at least twice less, like maximum 15,000 residents, because the tempos of the development for the last 10 years is absolutely outstanding. Like there, you see now the construction of the new multi-flat, or how to say, multi-apartment building. Here is the stores. This is a car parts store for the Russian and foreign cars. Kalyanov, That's the hookah store, Glove Pivtorg, main beer trade, beer store number 71. A lot of beer stores like this all over Ufa. The households, the groceries. And look, it's one of not many residential buildings like this, which just keeps staying in Ufa, in my district in Zaton. Look, and I lived for the first 4 years of my life. I lived in a building like this, and then my family got the apartments. Well, back in those days, everybody was getting apartments for free from the Soviet government. So we've got an apartments, amazing apartments, 5-room apartments, which was almost 100 square meters. Yeah, it's one of not many buildings like this which is still not demolished. Like, let's say here was like at least 4 more, and look what happens with them now. They give the apartments or the money. Well, the owners of the apartments here just decide themselves what they want to take. They want to take the apartments or they want to take money. Okay? So at first, the companies who construct the new buildings here, well, they settle down, resettle all the owners from here, and they give them the money or the apartments. And it seems like this is really profitable because look, well, how many people are living here? Not too much at all. It's like maybe, I don't know, maximum 8 apartments here. And look how many apartments here. Maybe like at least 200 apartments. As I told you, the tempos of the construction for the last 10 years is outstanding here. Because look, in the city of Ufa, I mean in the city itself, like in the center of Ufa, there's already not too many places for the construction of the new residential buildings. And even if they find them, well, of course, like the price way higher than here. Sushi bar, sanitary technique store. By the way, notice how really great the weather today. I mean, well, technically it doesn't seem like great weather, but after the heat, it now seems like it's great. Yes, it's cloudy. It's kind of cool. I mean, literally cool. What means not cold, not hot, it's cool. But damn, after like the whole week of absolutely hot weather, it seems like now amazing weather. Look, so this is now the new building, and they already finished the construction, now making the inside works because you see no cranes. This is relatively new house. And look, this is Akhmetov Street, house number 300. And that was the very first building like this. The first 9-story building with the 7 hallways in this district. This is a so-called Leningrad project. Okay, this was the first 9-story building in Zaton back in 1988. And there's the next one, which is Akhmetov Street 316. And that was my building where my family was resettled in 1988 after the Soviet government gave the apartment to my family. I will show you some later. And look, let me show you. This residential building is exactly the same project. It looked the same where I lived. And look, it was right here. It was right here. And now it's demolished. And there was like 2 more buildings like this. It was demolished and they constructed this one. And look, it's so curious that actually my parents actually lived most of their life here. Then they moved there. I will show you later. And when it was demolished, they are constructed this new residential building here. And my parents sold the apartment there and purchased the one here. So they like got back to their basics. But already not in an old wooden house, but in a new residential building. So in the nearest years, they will finish demolishing all these wooden residential buildings. Now my parents live here. I don't know, you maybe can Google Akhmetov 247. Here was such a 2-story building, Akhmetov 247. That was the address. Maybe you will find the photographs. Here also was like 2 more buildings. They are deconstructed, and in the nearest time here also have to be something. Maybe they will construct another residential building here. Sunshine Girl. Thank you. So you see, an old Zaton is dying. And little by little, it's all getting deconstructed and getting replaced with the new stuff. And here is one more evidence how everything is changing. Here was a 2 or 3-story music school. Here was the music school, wooden music school. Well, it is really turned into a bad condition and recently was deconstructed, and now they have a new one. Wow, such a beautiful new one. I will show you some later yet today. I will show you the new school. And here was the kindergarten number 7. That's where I was coming every day, and it was pretty convenient because it was like, I don't know, 100 meters from where I lived. Like, look, I lived there. And well, here is like maximum 100 meters. Now it's deconstructed and probably going to be the new residential building like there. And now let's go to the backwaters. To backwaters itself. I mean, like, look, it's called, my district's called Zaton Backwaters because it's literally backwaters. It's a backwaters of Bel River. So my parents lives here in this hallway. That's their windows. Idiots. Okay, let's go to the backwaters. The old neighborhood. I mean, the old yard. You see, here is such an old school life. The barracks. Where they store some stuff. And little by little, it's all getting replaced with such a tall residential buildings. The parking. Here is, you see, two buildings with the yards, which is closed by fence, some kind of private territory. Sunshine Girl, is Zaton backwaters same as marshlands or bayou? Thanks for the tour, Sergey. Unfortunately, I don't know. I don't know what it means. Backwaters. Well, you will see now just literally what I mean with the backwaters, and you can just see yourself if it's if this is same as marshlands or bayou. Okay? I mean, I'm not sure what it is. Look, I need to buy the water. Здравствуйте. Мне нужна вода. Обычная, без газа.
Маленькая или большая?
Маленькая.
Маленькая вот такая есть. Или вот такая.
Давайте.
А для каких целей?
Оплата по карте. Пить.
Так, по карте. 17 рублей.
Все, да? Угу. Спасибо. By the way, now Igor, you remember Igor? Now Igor lives here in this residential building. Okay, here is the stadium, like a local stadium. Football field. The bicycle roads. (7:32). Some people already running all the way through the stadium area. There's already the backwaters, the hand of Belle River, and that's where also we have a beach. We have a beach there. The football fields. Here all the time playing the kids. Here's like football section for kids. Too early for football now. Yes. Yes, Scott Wheeler, you're absolutely right. It's too early. I think the section starts at like 9 a.m. Okay, there we go. So this is the backwaters. The backwaters of Belle River. Back in the days, here used to be like the place for parking of the ships. So is now. This is a backwater, a tributary. Correct. So here was a nice place for ship repair and shipbuilding plants. I used to show you. And also a nice place for the parking of different ships, barges. Just waiting sausage. Happy 4th, sausage time. Are you going for it? No. Thank you, but I'm going now to show you more of my my neighborhood where I was born and raised. This is a water house, which they somehow got to the shore. And there's naked men now walking. So this is it, literally backwaters of the White River. And look, inside of that barge, there's kayaks. When I was a boy, I was into kayaking. I was pretty much into kayaking. I was like a professional sportsman, and even had like the youth level. I'm not sure how to say this, like youth level, youth degree in kayaking sports. And this section is still here. It's like, I mean, normal sportish sports kayaks. It's not like kayaks for rafting or something, but just a sports kayaks. And they are still here. I think they are beginning at 9 o'clock. I don't know if maybe I will get back at 9 o'clock. We will see that. Also, let me tell you that this is not just a simple sports section, but this is actually the section of the so-called as du shore, which is the sports children's school of the Olympic Reserve. So here they used to prepare like the professional sportsman. But back in 15 years, I have found what is computers, what is internet, and I stopped to be interested in sports in a professional way. And I left. If you will go there, there's already actually nothing, just like the beach, you know, and that's it. So we will get back to the neighborhood itself. I will just show you more of neighborhoods. Loud birds. That's good, I think, because I remember sometimes somebody complaining they don't hear the birds. Now you hear the birds, and now you can complain they are loud. Well, I think you're not complaining, you're just saying, but actually you can complain too. No Steven Seagulls. Oh yes, here is no seagulls because it's a river. We're far from the sea. It's interesting that here you can walk in between of the buildings through that walkway. Okay. Here is still more like a private sector where only private houses. Usually it's harder to construct the new buildings on a place of private sectors, because when you have the private house you own not only the house itself but yet the land. Look, now this picture shows what happens. The old buildings getting replaced with the new ones. And it happens all over of the districts, especially for the last 10 years. So we got back to the residential buildings where my parents lives now. And as I told you, by the irony of fate, they are now, this residential building is located exactly on a place where they used to live before. And this is a River College. River College. And here is another interesting stuff. This is like a small concert hall or event hall of the River College. And my father, actually not from Ufa, he is like more than 200 kilometers away from the town of Ufa, a small town of Kumirtau. He came here to study, to continue the study, and he got to River College. And while he was here, he also studied, he also played in a music group, something like a music rock group, and he was a singer, and he was singing the songs, and they were giving the concerts, and to one of the concerts my mom came because she lived just right next to the River College, and he fell in love to my father, and that's how, after all, they got married. Okay, getting back to the main streets, Akhmetov Street. On the first floor of the new buildings, here is usually the business. Like here, you see the Planet, that's the bookstore, there's drugstore, supermarket, and meat store. There's Sberbank, textile. There's several hairdressing salons. So River College is still River College, but they just changed the name. Now it's a Water Academy. Water Academy. And look, here is still the Soviet mosaics, which is still feeling pretty good. They made these mosaics from the days when it was based, I believe, like in the end of 1960s, and it's still here. So this is the building where people study. The next one is a dormitory. It's pretty comfortable. So my father actually lives in a dormitory when he started to study here. the memorial to the river sailors. Participated in World War II, 1942 in particular. And other mosaics. Okay, so this is a dormitory. Here are living the guys who moved to Ufa from other towns and villages of the Republic of Bashkortostan of Russia, or maybe not even from Bashkortostan. So they live here. And the next building there, it's like the dining room. And this is the sport box. That's how we called it, sport box. I was playing so much here in my childhood. So this is the dining room. That's where they have the kitchen, and on the second floor a big space with many tables where everybody's coming and eating. Damn. You have no idea how many days I was spending here when I was a boy. This is the place for ceremonies. Such a plaza. When different events in the life of the River College, which is now Water Academy, happens. This is the bus stop, which is still called River College, Речное училище. So this is my bus stop. And look, there's still bus number 30K. You have no idea how many times I was getting into the main parts of Ufa from here. Wow. What a numbskull. You see a lot of numbskulls in the backwaters too. And this is the school. It's a really old school where I have studied. Now the school, already not a school anymore, but it's the so-called the Center for Kids Creativity. Now here only just the different sections. All kinds of sections. Sports sections, theatric sections, dances, stuff like that. Because this old school was replaced with this new school. It happens already after I have finished the school. Such a big full-featured school. But when I studied here, I studied like this was the school. I think even when I studied here, it was already like 100 years old. Now here is a really new school, way nicer. The school's backyard. Another typical for the end of 1980s, 9-story, 7-hallway building. And that's where I mostly lived in Zaton, starting from 1988. The entrance to the school. Now everybody's on the summer vacation. As I told you before, here in Russia, everybody starts the educational year starting from the 1st of September. The day of the knowledge. And schools and colleges and universities starts at the 1st of September. Okay, my school, really small one. It wasn't even a full school. It was for only 8 years of education. So after all, I had to move to another school. Россия. Getting back to the main road. Look, they now started making so-called intellectual bus stops even here in the Backwaters. Intellectual bus stop, it's where they have CCTV, free Wi-Fi zone, USB charger, direct call to police, and the schedule. Okay, dudes, this was the second 9-story, 7-hallway residential building constructed in 1988, and where I moved in age of 4 because I was 4 years old in 1988. My family got this apartment here, got the apartment here, 5-room apartment, which was 98. Well, almost 100 square meters. Back then, people were getting the apartments for free from the Soviet government. Well, but of course you had to deserve it. You had to deserve it. You had to work for any enterprise before the Soviet government will give it to you. So look, the floor number 3. 1, 2, 3. This window, where is air conditioner? These 2 windows, a big balcony, 2 windows there, and a small balcony. That was absolutely great apartments, and even by today's standards, it was a huge apartment. I mean, now I live in the apartments, which is like 1/3 smaller than this one. This is the shoe store. Okay, I see they are extended the road here, and that half of the road is giving for parking lots. It wasn't like that when I lived here. Yeah, because now everybody have the car. Many families even have 2 cars. People need the parking lots. Okay, so let's continue. After that balcony, 2 more windows, and here is the kitchen. So here is a small balcony. I had the balcony, and that is actually that balcony, longer balcony, we called loggia. I'm not sure how to say this in English language, but maybe it will be loggia as well. Okay, so here on every floor, 4 apartments. So in each hallway, 9 multiply 4, 36 apartments in each hallway. So it's more than 250 something apartments. And initially here wasn't any commercial, commercial venues. Only for the last 10 years they started buying off the apartments on the first floors and turned them into the stores, hairdressing salons, and so on. Let's look at the playgrounds. Hey, they upgraded the playgrounds. And actually, wow. I mean, they planted a lot of trees here. Wow. It was way more depressive in my childhood. That's good. That's good. And I hadn't the playground like this when I lived here. And look, this is a boiler room, and here is the police department. Like a part of the, like about 1/3 of the building, it's police departments. Another part, that's the boiler room. That's where they boil the water for all this residential buildings around. Okay, look, it used to be a huge public bathhouse. But once they started to demolish an old residential buildings where people hadn't their bathrooms, it got out of date as the bathhouse. So now it's a business, like a business center, something like that. Well, I mean, like all over, it was rented out to the commercials. Here is the supermarket. Here is the toy store. Here is where you can make the insurance, the car repair, whatever. Until 1998, here wasn't the landline phones in this district at all. And only after they are constructed this residential building, here was the phone station. And everybody started getting the phones, the landline phones. Here was the phone station. But now people don't care about landline phones, and about like maybe 80% of people I know, they all turned off the landline phones because they don't want to pay like the monthly plan for it, because everybody now use the mobile phones, which turn to be very, very cheap in Russia. And because of the competition getting cheaper and cheaper. It's still pretty early in Ufa, 8:12 local time. Well, another whole new residential complex. It's like maybe a 4 years old residential building. And here used to be the private sector, the private houses, and they also demolished them all. Here is the children's polyclinic on the first floor of this residential building. It's a polyclinic which is only for kids. Like you see now, the mom came with her baby. And here is a typical school, 1960s project school. It's a school number 46. Oh, it seems like it's a vaccination point. Yes, now all over Russia, everywhere, there's a lot of vaccination points. I'm talking about Sputnik V. And actually, you know what's interesting? But so look, Sputnik V, created by Gamaleya Center. But they make it also in Ufa, at Ufa Vita plant. Here is really like very respectful plants where they are making the vitamins and other medical stuff, medicine stuff. So a big part of Sputnik V, in fact, produced in Ufa, at Ufa Vita. Once again, school number 46, such a typical 1960s school project, the Soviet school. Here is a sport hall of the school. The school's the school's courtyard. Such an above the ground pedestrian walkway. Now there I will show you the kindergarten where my mom still works. This is it. The kindergarten. My mom works here. That's where's her cabinet, or how to say, room, office. Yeah, she is a nurse for the kindergarten. And we could get actually to her office now, but look, starting from 1st of July, she's on vacation. She's at home now. Look. Here is even some Khrushchev 5-storied buildings. here is some more of the very first residential buildings, and they also, little by little, demolished them all. Like, look, yet 2 years ago, there was the whole street there, about like maybe 7 buildings like this, from here and all along to there. Nothing now, and they already started constructing something new. You can watch an old Google Maps. You will see here was a lot of residential buildings like this. Here is the market, which is called Zarechny, which is literally means behind the river. Well, yes, here we are like behind the river. It's like the market, which is consisted of 2 parts. The police point, temporary police point. Okay, look, there you can get inside. And there is like many different places as you can go inside of the courtyards. And there's more like an old school market for vegetables and fruits. Let me show you. Watermelons. Eight o'clock. They are just beginning. The meat. Households. The construction materials, like stroy market, construction market. Yeah, there you go inside and you can find everything for the construction of your own house. Auto parts. Petroleum station, Lukoil. parkings. Look, by day, all this parking with filled in with the cars. The new mall. It was open just like maybe 1 year ago. So what we have here, the car insurance, the photo, textile, tour agency, plastic windows, of course, everything for electrics, the shoes repair, drugstore, the world of electronic, Beeline, the official point of Beeline mobile operator. There's also MTS and Megaphone. That's three biggest mobile operators in Russia. Pawn shop, hairdressing salon, jewelry store, 585 gold. The micro loans, срочно деньги, urgently, money. Bakery and pizzeria, this is it. Are there any 24-hour pharma stores there, Sergey? Yes, yes. But But here we just need to make sure what you mean under pharma, because when I was in the United States, I've noticed that pharma here and pharma there, it's a different things. Here, pharma, it's pharmacy. It's like the drugstore, and it's drugstore only. But pharma in the United States, let's say, it can be called just a grocery store. Well, here we have both, and 24/7 grocery stores and 24/7 supermarkets and 24/7 drugstores. Like you see, farmland, 24/7 аптека. The new mall, constructed just a year ago. VTB Bank, Fujiyama Sushi, bread and coffee, medicine techniques. О, shawarma, look, shawarma по-питерски. That means shawarma, Peter style. Shawarma St. Petersburg style. And you see, not shawarma, shawarma. Shawarma Peter style. Yeah, boy. Optics. So here you can buy glasses, the flowers, retail, and wholesale. Пятерочка. Big chain of supermarkets. Пятерочка is like little five. I think most of places getting opens at 9 and 10. Yeah, like this 9. Let's go into the park. The park which is called the Wave, because you see here is such a river thematics presents in the neighborhoods, in the districts, because historically this was developed as a settlement for the workers of river industry. Here is ship repair and ship building plants. Here also was like the office of just a river ship cruise company. Here is the River College, which is now called Water Academy. Okay, so here is the skate park. The skate park. A little pond. Here they are working on the embankments. Look. Yes, this is a new thing. I don't remember anything like this. They are making some kind of embankments. Something like a promenade all around the park and the pond, park's pond, which is great. They have changed the benches. Now such an urban looking benches. the stage. It's the main place for the events in Zaton. When any events, holidays happens here, well, all people are coming here. There's the stage, the benches, the main alley. We now will get to the main alley. It's BTR. VDV, the monument to paratroopers. The main walkway. The trash bin is at every second bench, which is cool. The street workout place. Such a such a soft rubbered surface here. Playground for kids. Something like an autodrome. Water closet. Don Plombier. Okay, here they sell the ice cream. Okay, such an autodrome. And I think by day they are bringing here all those electric cars. All those electric cars. And the kids are riding all around it. And this is just such a general playground for kids. Okay. The bicycle lane, pedestrian lane, and bicycle lane. Inviting the children on football from 5 to 17 years. And the phone number. Okay, so this was the park called the Wave. It's the main park here and the oldest. I remember I learned Catherine, my cousin, if you remember, now yoga trainer, to ride the bicycle here many years ago, like 20 years ago. I think that's even like 23 years ago. Back then, the park wasn't that nice. Wasn't that nice. Look, and now the whole residential district. That's literally maybe several thousand apartments there. Also developed just like the last 5 years. Well, I told you that now the population, the new information shows that now here lives 30,000 residents, but I think where in my childhood here was at least twice less, because now the tempos of the construction of the new residential buildings, and look, like pretty tall residential buildings, that's outstanding. Dale Tucker, happy 4th. Yes, happy 4th once again to all the Americans. Five years. There wasn't any of these residential buildings. Here is the hospital. in Zaton. Here is located 3 hospitals. Here is one of them. Or probably people came for vaccination. And there's the school, which is a sports school, so-called school internat. I'm not sure how to say internat in English, but maybe it will be so in English too. It's a sports school where they are so much into the sports that they actually don't, they are not even going home during the work week. They going home only on the weekends. They actually live here. Школа-интернат. School-internat. Oh, hi, dude. How are you doing?
Нормально, Серег, как дела? На английском?
Я, да. Ты еще помнишь английский? Do you still remember?
Уже все.
You came for vaccination?
Да?
So
Я
here
уже
is...
вакцинировался.
Как? Один раз уже? Ты...
Оба у меня сертификат есть.
Ага. А сейчас что ты здесь делаешь?
Жена приехала.
Ah, your wife came here, so you're vaccinated. Yeah, so I was right. He said that people coming here for the Sputnik V vaccination. Well, I've got vaccinated yet in May. Еще в мае вакцинировался. А вообще никого не было. Nobody was there when I was getting vaccinated.
Весело, я смотрю, весело.
Я сейчас делаю стримы. Это стрим.
Ну, нормально. У тебя прямая трансляция?
Да.
Я попал.
This is the guy from my residential building, Ахметова Street 316.
Да.
Ты все еще...
Ахметова 316.
Ты в 316 еще?
А?
Ты в
Нет, я
316?
уже переехал.
Я тоже.
Мы практически здесь.
You was in the United States?
Да. Я попал.
What year? В каком году?
В 2008.
2008? Work and travel?
Да.
Got it. Okay, dudes.
6 месяцев.
We'll keep walking. Was nice to see you. Я сейчас пойду, продолжу.
Все, давай.
Да, был рад увидеть. Давай.
Давай.
Окей. Желаю жене перенести хорошо.
Да.
Окей. Да, спасибо. So this guy is from from where I lived. I lived in the first hallway. He lived in the fifth. He said he moved, but still live in this district, but just moved. Okay. He said he got vaccinated now, came with his wife for the vaccination. Look, in the very beginning of this live stream, I used to show you the ruins of an old music school. I told you that it was just a music school in an old wooden house, which is all got not okay. And I told you that instead of that, they are constructed the new one, the new beautiful music school. And I told you that, yes, I will show you. So here it is. This is a new school instead of that old wooden school, which is just literally rotten. Yeah, I told you. Nice, beautiful music school. Here it is. Believe me. Well, believe me that you know that I'm so much into the architecture. In terms of the architecture, of course, like it's not the masterpiece. It's pretty utilitarian. It's just a building. It's just a pretty functional building, which is faced with ceramic and granite tile. But, believe me, it's way better than it used to be. Because that building that was really, really old, and it's just literally rotten. Hey, the battery on my Steadicam died. And this is another new residential complex here. And there's the new building. Huge new building. And there too. So the backwaters keep moving on. You see, this residential building is not even finished yet. And another hospital is there. This is the hospital. And the third hospital is now, it's not seen. It's behind this new building. Okay, dear dudes, I really hope that you enjoyed the live stream today from my original neighborhoods, the neighborhoods where I was born and raised. Backwaters, Leninsky districts of Ufa, the capital of the Republic of Bashkortostan of Russia. Okay, this was Baklikov Live. See you later. Stay tuned and keep watching. Comments, like, subscribe. Okay? Backwaters. And also, I think it's pretty nice to finish this live stream next to the new citadel for the classical Russian music in my motherland neighborhood. See you.